Lucy, Harry, thank you for inviting me into your home for this educational session about rheumatoid arthritis. More importantly, thank you for allowing me to videotape this so I can educate other clients as I move forward with this project. Just for the record, Lucy is 26. She has rheumatoid arthritis, a chronic illness. She was diagnosed in her late teens with that. She works as a physicist at the local cancer institute. She and Harry have been married for 5 years. They met at work, and he's a dosimetrist. He works at a satellite office. Rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disorder. It's chronic. They think there's a genetic component to it, but they think something is triggering it for certain people to become active. They're not sure whether it's something in the environment, infection, or a virus. Studies are still out on that. Rheumatoid arthritis affects 3 times more females than males. Usually the onset for adults is between the age of 30 and 60. What rheumatoid arthritis is simply the immune cells of the body are attacking themselves and attacking the body. In particularly, they're attacking the lining of the joints, the synovium membrane. Rheumatoid arthritis is usually bilateral. It attacks the feet, the hands, the ankles, and the knees most often. It causes inflammation in those joints, and this inflammation will lead to pain, stiffness, warmth, swelling. All of that can lead to chronic, unresolvable joint damage. Rheumatoid arthritis has flares and remissions, and all of that will affect people's quality of life as they're trying to balance all of that. According to the Mayo Clinic, people with rheumatoid arthritis are more likely to have cardiovascular disease because the inflammation of rheumatoid arthritis is very similar to the inflammation of cardiovascular disease. And what this does is it affects the linings of the arteries and the veins, causing more plaque buildup. And when that plaque builds up with someone with rheumatoid arthritis, it becomes more brittle and likely to break off in the arteries. Therefore, that plaque can travel through, lodge in the heart, causing a heart attack, or in the brain, causing a stroke. It also narrows blood vessels, and all of that can lead to high blood pressure, meaning that your joints, your tissues, and your organs will not get enough perfusion of good, rich oxygen blood. So in the veins, the blood can become a little more sluggish and not return as quickly, and therefore you could have blood clots. If they would break off and lodge in the heart or the brain, again, you would have heart attack or stroke. Studies have shown, according to the Mayo Clinic, that if you have rheumatoid arthritis, you are more likely than someone without to have cardiovascular disease. According to the Arthritic Foundation, exercise is one of the best things to do to help control rheumatoid arthritis and to prevent cardiovascular disease. When you exercise, your joints become more flexible, your muscles become stronger and support the joints better. You have decreased fatigue, better mood, and decreased pain. According for the Centers for Disease Control, people who exercise with rheumatoid arthritis more regularly will have improved health. Regular exercise helps to keep your joints flexible, keep your joints moving, decrease the stiffness, and improve mobility. So our goal for you, Lucy, is to exercise 4 to 5 times a week for 30 minutes. We're going to start out real slow. Oh, I understand, Lucy. You haven't really moved much in the last 6 months because of a flare. That's okay. The goal is 30 minutes, 4 to 5 times a week, and we're going to start slow. That may mean that you need to maybe do 3 sessions of 10 minutes a day or 2 sessions of 15 until you build up your endurance. Twice a week, we're going to have you work with our physical therapist, Mike, and that will count as part of your exercise. Important hints we're going to give you, and Mike's going to review this more. Plus, he's made this wonderful flash drive in here that will show you all of the different types of exercises we're talking about, plus him demonstrating them for you at home use. The most important thing that you need to have is you need to think about good shoes that have great resistance, shock absorbing, so that your joints don't get extra pounding. The type of exercises we think would be best for you and anyone with rheumatoid arthritis, according to the foundation, is low impact or no impact. which means you have less pounding and binding on your legs. I understand from your doctor that the methotrexate has been wonderful for you over the last couple of months and that you've stopped taking your ibuprofen because your pain's not bad at all. But he did recommend 600 milligrams of ibuprofen 1 hour before you exercise just to help keep the pain at bay. Also, you're going to have a long warm-up and a slow cool down of about 5 minutes apiece. It's important that if you have any joints that are very uncomfortable before you exercise, apply some heat because that'll loosen up the stiffness and make the joint more movable. If after exercise you have pain in certain joints, ice is always appropriate. And again, Mike will show you how to apply those and the best way to do that. If you ever have pain though, over 2 hours after working out, what that means is that you need to lower your intensity. Again, if your body is in the middle of a flare and it says, I cannot do this today, listen to your body, but don't let that become a way of life. So we're going to start first off with range of motion. And Mike will go into this more in detail at the next session. You're going to start slowly by moving all your joints, nice and slow. Again, hands. Oh, you hear mine cracking. Wrists. You'll want to do your ankles. And I'm not going to go too much in depth with this since Mike's going to be working with you. And he'll show you how to stand up and move the actual hip joints. But you can move your arm joints kind of back and forth just to limber them up and loosen them. Okay, after you do your range of motion and get limber, we're going to do some stretching so that the muscles don't get injured. He will have a good stretching regimen for you. Some things you'll want to do that he's going to show you is how to stretch your neck muscles, how to do your arm muscles, because you want to stretch each and every muscle. And if you do your arm muscle like this and lean, it does your flank also. So he'll show you more about stretching and he'll help you get through that. Some of the exercises he's going to show you will be chair yoga. Chair yoga is wonderful because you're going to learn how to breathe in and breathe out, and that will cause relaxation, such as the chair cat stretch. And for this, you're going to inhale when you bend down and exhale when you stretch out. So it's like this. And I'll have you do that a couple of times. And again, on this flash drive, he has about 10 different chair yogas for you to do. One of the things you'll want to do is strength training when you have rheumatoid arthritis, because again, when your muscles are strong, they're going to support your joints better. And simply, you just need resistance exercises for that by adding weights to your hands. So I'm going to just pretend these are some weights, and things Mike will show you is like how you can build your deltoids up, maybe go up overhead. The goal with strength training is to do 3 sets of repetitions, and the repetitions are usually between 10 and 15 of them. Now with strength training, you don't want to strength train the same muscle group every day. You should have a day of rest in between. Never undervalue walking. Walking is a wonderful strength training exercise that is low impact. I do want to caution you, if your balance isn't feeling good that day, take your 2 walking sticks because safety is always first. When you walk, your muscles will strengthen and you get more blood flow to the joints, which will help with getting rid of pain. Now, Harry, I understand that you have a gym membership. Is there a pool there? Great, great. So, Lucy, if you're swimming in a pool, walking in a pool, jogging in a pool, that is considered a no impact exercise. That is one of the best things for people with rheumatoid arthritis. At the gym, you can also take cycling classes. Cycling is a no impact exercise unless you're standing up on the bike, and then it will be a low impact exercise. Now, I know the 2 of you have been struggling a little bit in the marital area just because of having these flares and not being able to work full time and the depression. I encourage you, even though you can't work out at the same areas, maybe at the same time because of different intensity, when you ride back and forth together, that might help your bond. What I want to also tell you is just always think safety first and slow. If you need us, we're here. Now, Lucy, can you give me 3 or 4 of the hints I told you at the beginning? That's correct. The proper shoes, slow and easy, warm up, cool down. And what's the definition of low impact. That's right, minimal joint issues with having bouncing on the joints. And what's the best type of no impact exercise? It's right, in the pool or cycling. And when do you apply heat? At the beginning or at the end of a workout if needed? That's right, at the beginning and ice at the end. How many times is your goal, Lucy? Right, 4 to 5 times for 30 minutes a day with a a warm up and a cool down. So Lucy, before I leave you and send you to Mike, here's your flash drive. Okay, take that home. And then we're going to provide you with this journal. When you open this journal, on this left-hand page, I want you to write your pain scale, because I want you to figure out what time of the day your pain's worse and try to avoid exercising then. And then on the right-hand side of the page, journal what you did that day for exercise. Okay? If for some reason you don't exercise on that particular day, just skip that page and start new the next day, because your goal for exercise is 4 to 5 times a week for 30 minutes a day using low impact or no impact exercises. All right, so I understand we only have a little bit under a minute to go, so I'm going to go ahead and call Mike in, and he'll be here to go over the program. Harry, I hope you can help her with this flash drive. I understand you're her computer wizard. Thank you, Lucy and Harry, for inviting me into your home. Have a good day.